Welcome to video number 3 of an entrepreneur's struggle to remain healthy. Again, I'm Freddie Servin, creator and founder of Servin Natural Foods, entrepreneur and blogger, coming to you with the last part of a 3-part video series on an entrepreneur's health. And in this last video, our focal point is going to be exercise. So let's get started. If you've been following along in the last 2 videos, then you know that I work anywhere between 80 or more hours a week, and I sleep on average 56 hours per week. While some may argue that leaves little or no time for anything else, my argument is that's the largest or biggest reason why not everyone starts a business. Exercise is vital. The fact of operating a business, it's crucial to stay in shape. When starting a company, it comes with many challenges and greatly increases stress. And I will admit that up until about 4 months ago or so, I was burning the midnight oil. I was sleeping just a few hours here and there, mixing it with energy drinks, bad eating, you name it. And I thought to myself, man, this is so ironic for a guy that's starting a health, fitness, vitamin, and supplement company. But it's what I thought was best. So what ended up happening from that was actually my wife sat me down one day and she said, "You are miserable, out of shape, and frustrated. And basically, things need to change." So I ended up swallowing my pride, and I actually didn't even really believed her at the time, but I have to admit that she had the right perspective. And so I started to implement some changes right away. And I asked her, "What else do you want from me? What else can I do? What do you want me to do?" And she told me something very simple, but very profound. She told me, "I know that you are very focused, committed, and intense about starting this company, which are all positive and great things. But what I need from you is to take some breaks, get out of the office, get some sunlight, become more active physically and within the community, and get good sleep." And I thought to myself, my gosh, she's right. Becoming more active, getting exercise should not be difficult to fit into my daily routine. So again, I started to implement some changes immediately, and they are adding up very quickly. Before I knew it, I was changing up my diet, changing up all the supplements I was taking to now mainly just taking spirulina. And in the last couple of months, I've lost anywhere between 10 and 15 pounds, and I feel absolutely fantastic right now. One simple choice I committed to is the property that my family lives on. It's about a 3-acre property, and we have a golf cart to kind of get us around for convenience on the property, get us to where we need to go as quickly and as efficiently as possible. But to start, I now walk when I can to where I need to go on the property instead of simply just jumping on the golf cart and driving around. The property, like I said, is over 3 acres, adding up to well over hundreds of additional steps a week. For me, it's always the one little thing that triggers all other things. For you, that might mean taking the stairs instead of the escalator or the elevator at work or home. Or maybe you opt to walk to lunch rather than drive. And I've even found out a lot of this stuff can even save you time. And you may also consider using common fitness trackers and tech productivity apps such as Rescue Time, Jawbone UP24, Jawbone UP Coffee, which tracks your caffeine levels, and you could also use the loseit.com app. My next recommendation is develop a regimen. Although day-to-day decisions do add up, it is critical to increase this new way of life with actual exercise. It's so simple that when you start to make the good decisions now, it leads to a chain reaction of good decisions. And when you start to make bad decisions when it comes to your health, it's just a downward spiral. And I know that as I've struggled with weight loss my entire life. So the natural way to get good or actual exercise into your routine is to do something that's enjoyable. For example, playing sports or riding a bike or taking a walk around the lake are all great ways to stay in shape. Sadly, time doesn't always allow for this kind of recreational activity. And if that tends to be the case, be sure your gym is extremely convenient to save time, or establish a home gym that functions. As of now, I'm starting a goal of working out 3 times per week, twice Monday through Friday, and once over the weekend on either Saturday or Sunday. So I don't know what that means for you. That's what I'm doing. But again, my recommendation is to develop some sort of regimen. For example, walking, like I said, is a great way to stay in shape. Again, I live by an amazing lake with some awesome views and some pretty rugged trails. And so it's convenient for me to walk or do a brisk jog around those trails, take in the scenery, and clear my head. So I am getting actual exercise, I'm becoming more healthy, and I'm also clearing my head. So I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And running is an awesome way to stay in shape, but it is heavy impact, to which I always instruct beginner runners to take it careful. I am very much, well, I wouldn't say I'm an analytical person, but I'm very much a scoreboard type person. I like to know where I want to be and how I'm trending against it. And with those productivity apps that I talked about before, I have the raw data. And so I can see that the right decisions that I'm making in terms of my health, that they're working. And so some of the biggest, results, positive results that I've had over the last couple months is I'm able to sleep better at night. I'm definitely eating a lot better. I'm waking up earlier in the day, thinking more clearly, making better decisions. And like I said, when I wake up earlier in the day, I could almost get started with work immediately. That's not to say that I get started with work immediately. I definitely have a personal devotion time and prayer time towards my maker in the morning. But if I had to make the choice, I definitely could get started working immediately. Richard Branson once said, one of the best productivity tools in life is to work out and get exercise. So, when you are healthy, when you are in shape, and you choose to do the simple daily choices, overall, it compounds to a much happier you and a much happier life in general, which also equates to business. So, lastly, awards come post workout, not prior to. A lot of people, and I'll throw myself in there, this is definitely not a judgmental thing. Um, because up until very recently, like I said, I have been in the camp of not keeping everything balanced. And when you come out of it, it stinks. It's not a good place to be in. And so, hopefully, by God's grace, you're failing forward, getting motivated, and growing through that fire. The psychological or reward of being healthy is also extremely important. This holds true for diet, sleep, and exercise. Awards are often overlooked or not recognized. Our culture concentrates on instant gratification to the point where awards are given before even accomplishing what was set out to be done. I mean, how many times have you ordered a spectacular dessert and say, I'm going to work out tomorrow? Even if you do make it to the gym or you do work out the following day, it might as well be torture, right? It is crucial to get into a flow of working, then giving yourself an award with that spectacular dessert. In this case, working out is no longer torture. There's no shame that comes with eating that dessert. This flow then has added psychological benefits, making you want to work out again. Because remember, lastly, we are just like animals. And like our dogs and like our cats, we like to be awarded too. As with many things in life, it's important to find a balance. Diet, sleep, and exercise are three essential parts in the fight to stay healthy, especially as an entrepreneur. If one of these is neglected, the other suffers as well. By devoting time and energy towards exercise and wellness, other areas of life and business will flourish. We all know being an entrepreneur is tough. Don't make staying healthy difficult. Upon the completion of this 3-part video series, what was most helpful to you? What choices are you going to start to implement today to improve your overall health and wellness? And lastly, my vision going into 2015 is to start a health podcast for entrepreneurs. Because I'm finding too many entrepreneurs are sacrificing what really matters for their business. And when I talk about what really matters, I mean the health, the family, and even your faith. Sacrificing those things to simply have a successful business. And so, my goal is to interview some of the most influential entrepreneurs that are successful in managing their business and their family, their work life, and their health. And so, if that's something you're interested in, please give me some feedback. Let me know you're interested because my goal is to launch this podcast by March of 2015. And so, again, I'm Freddie Servin, creator and founder of Servin Natural Foods, entrepreneur, wanting to stay healthy in this 21st century, not sacrificing what matters simply to have a successful business.